part, the high part's the same. Low part is...
Very subtle difference.
Yeah. Little bit different.
Yeah. But that, don't you like it? Isn't that like an Irish tune?
I don't know. Dave Macon recorded it back in the 30s.
I mean, I remember hearing that when we used to go to
It's
the
in the
Irish
public
pub,
domain.
so.
Yes, it's an old song.
It's public
A
domain.
lot of good A tunes. June Apple, Chilly Winds, House of Rose Blues.
How about John Brown's Dream?
Yeah. It's got 4 parts, right?
Right, 4
Yeah.
parts.
Australian two-step.
Do we know the Australian two-step?
I don't know, you probably dance something to it.
Do you know the Australian two-step?
The only song that we know is Waltzing Matilda.
Oh, well,
Yes.
Well,
Do you know that?
yeah, we remember that.
That's not the only song we know.
It's
the only song we know.
Look at the famous movie. It was the end of the world.
Why does everybody know that?
Because we all saw it. We were all
You?
right at the height of the Cold War.
It was in a movie.
It was in the movie written by the famous guy.
Stanley
It
Kubrick.
all took place in Australia.
Anthony said Stanley
I
Kubrick.
think it was a Stanley
Oh,
Kubrick
not
movie.
No, it wasn't.
not Alice, a talent called Alice?
No, no.
No,
That was what, the one about the bomb, the world was
We love
wiped
that
out with the
scene.
atom bomb?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
and
played
yeah,
Waltzing Matilda. There was
Oh, I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
you
there's a radio
guys-
station that was stuck on
Yeah,
Waltzing
that-
Matilda or
that-
something like
Yeah.
that.
56.
Yeah, I think that was a Stanley Kubrick
Oh, come
movie,
on,
but I'm
no,
not sure.
No, it wasn't Stanley, I know that.
the name of it.
I know it, but I
Sounds
can't
like
think.
fun
one to watch.
Yeah, I think.
Because I read the book,
Yeah, it's a famous book also.
famous book. and
Who's
I
the
read some-
author, Jim?
I'm trying to
So this, a lot of this is, most of this is dance music. And so it's
Yeah.
just repetitious, and then people are doing flat-footing.
Right.
Flat-footing
Or they'll
music.
two-step.
think. Do something, yeah.
They'll do a
And
two-step.
a lot of it has words, but we don't know the words necessarily. So
Can we, because yeah, if it's still waltzing Matilda,
you probably can.
It's in my,
Renee, you
it's
were
in my
like
book,
that.
but I can't do it.
give it a go.
Oh, that's got some
We haven't
strange
done
key
40%
changes.
of them tonight, we got through it, so.
It's got some strange key changes in, I know that.
I
It's got some strange key changes in,
I
I
don't
know
know
that.
the chorus, I don't think, I don't know how the first.
On the beach.
On the beach.
On the
that's it.
On the beach.
That was- that was-
On the beach. Now, who was the author?
Neville Shute.
Neville Shute.
Yeah.
That's,
Was he an Australian?
I think so, but
Well, I
any
knew it.
Australian in the 50s came from that
Yeah.
one.
You all scared the hell out of us. I want you to know that.
And descended from, and
Was it
descended
a
from
I remember
prison.
that book, that movie.
Was it a good movie?
It's a good movie.
Okay.
Well, it's
wasn't it kind of a doomsday movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a doomsday movie.
Right,
And the last people left in the world were people in
I
a
think it's right
submarine.
kind of movie.
Uh,
Right.
And there was one
I
radio
just
station
think the
that
book
was
is
left over that played.
Yeah, there was a telegraph. I remember
And,
the picture of the telegraph. The
And
Morse.
otherwise,
Yeah,
the
that
rest
was
of the world,
so key.
rest of
That
the
was in
world wiped out.
1959, that movie was made.
Well,
A lot
back
of
then,
us-
because you're too young to remember, but we were all
Stanley Kramer made
I
we
this
were
movie.
all in the duck and cover era,
Right.
where the teacher would say, "Get under your."
Well, I'm close, it was Stanley Kramer.
Surely there were some people
Oh,
who
that
were
is
stunned by
cool.
What do you mean
Yeah,
are too young?
Stanley
I was there, boy.
I think she's the only one.
See, I was close. I
I
thought
lived
Stanley
next
Kramer.
to an Air Force base out in California, and the chance that any duck and cover would have helped, it was,
Well,
it
it
would
was
have
all
been long
kind of just
gone.
something to soothe the public's nerves.
Well,
I
the
guess.
government wasn't going to tell
Make
you.
us feel like we
And
could
there
do
were signs
something.
for aircraft shelter going here and there.
Tornado.
You know.
That was the tornado.
Well, my ex-father-in-law was the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency when we lived in Arlington, and when he went to Vietnam, excuse me, when he came back from Vietnam, I'm trying to remember, because we moved into his house, and we had a fallout, a bomb shelter, and he gave us a letter that says, "Do not open this unless there's an attack." This was during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh, yeah.
And we were all like freaking out, man. I mean, he had canned water and food and all that stuff.
Yeah. I remember being really scared.
There's a bomb out shelter, there's a bomb shelter
Thinking that something was coming.
up there below the chiropractic place, below Tuck Chiropractic place, there's a bomb shelter.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Where?
Over there,
Chiropractor office?
up there at Tuck, up at Tuck's Chiropractic Center, there's a bomb shelter in the basement.
Well, a lot of
well, that's
stuff.
good to know. We'll head up there if we
Do you know what the
Yeah.
biggest selling item at Costco is?
No.
You know, Costco is like the
Yes,
big,
yes.
like Sam's, that's nice. A 1-year survival kit for a family of 4. I'm serious. It costs like $5,000.
No, it's like 15.
50, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
it's
expensive.
$7,000.
Surely they sell more toilet paper.
No, they don't. I mean, you think so.
Otherwise.
I read that.
I've seen people going out of Costco with so much toilet paper.
Yeah,
Well, we've never seen a guy with it.
We're buying lifetime supply. You never know.
They're stocking their bomb shelter.
Well, that's the Y2K thing, I mean, that was all the same thing.
Yeah.
They made the size of the rolls, the paper rolls larger and the width of the rolls narrower, so you don't get as much toilet paper for a buck anymore. It's just not.
Yeah, I always stock plenty of 12
Look what we just said.
It's right.
This
You don't want to be straight.
conversation
It was
is
a nuclear fallout.
It's a toilet.
deteriorating fast.
That's so
Right, now that we've discussed.
Now that we've depressed
Personal
ourselves, let's
life.
get something happy. Play something.
All right,
Okay.
we're gonna play, June out.
Do that. Well, that's a nice thing. We're gonna play that in A.
Yeah, it's an 18.
Okay. We don't play.
really enjoyable. Thank you very much. Really good.
Nice meeting you. Safe travels to you.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your journey.
Hope you have a nice comfy bed.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, night.
Good night.
And you sleep without thorns.
Yeah.
Keep it up, Lawrence. Yeah, that would be good.
What is that song?
It's one of the top ones.
So Dee and I sort of broke the ice in the Cold War,
Yeah.
and we were the first American tourists led into the Soviet Union in the early 60s.
Really?
And they took one look at us and they figured the Americans were nothing to worry about.
Are you talking about our trip?
We're talking about two of us on our trip.
They knew about your instruments.
Well, this is the weirdest story in the world because one of them started talking about their trip overseas, and the other one said, "Oh yeah, I was over there too. Well, I was there in such and such a year. Well, I was there too." And they didn't realize that they were on the trip together way back
Oh
my gosh,
1950
that's
something.
wild.
1965.
Well, now we have to-
64, 65.
Right.
It's a small
And
world.
we lived in, we went on the same, well, we were, it was part of a junior abroad with the University of California. She was from UCLA and I was from UCR. And we we're both chemists, and we actually took at least one class together. And
Isn't that
walked to school together.
It's interesting.
And then we lived in the same student house. And this guy from the student house ran a trip into the Soviet Union, Czechoslovakia, Soviet Union, and Poland. I don't know how many years he did it, but we went on 1 year, and for 6 weeks with a bunch of Germans. And
We didn't recognize each
and
other.
we didn't, yeah, we got here, we didn't recognize each
Played here for
other.
years, didn't you? I mean, together? I mean,
Well,
you
like
realize-
this, you know, yeah.
But in
Well, because you didn't
retrospect,
expect to see
she has a lot of mannerisms that you know.
That she
Okay.
had then?
Yeah,
Oh.
really cute. I mean, very much.
Uh-huh.
You know, in retrospect, I
Did
really
Right.
noticed that.
And Bill and his wife came over to the house and showed us a bunch of slides, pictures.
From that trip, and we only have one. I only have one slide of Dee, and it's on the bus, and it's with a bunch of Germans.
Probably
She's
drinking
there,
beer.
surrounded by all these good-looking
Now,
Germans.
what year was this, 1964?
65. Right.
Yes, it
65.
was,
So
this is
you-
the 50th anniversary of our trip this spring.
Okay, so you would have had,
Did you go back?
you would have had
Or you
handlers,
just have a
people,
reunion?
Russian,
Art.
was it invested? It's the Russian,
Yes. Izvestia.
Investia would have been following you. They would be.
Well, they did.
They're your
At least they
handlers.
followed me. I don't think they followed her.
Yeah, everything was.
No, they follow
fog.
everybody. They follow every song.
I'm sure they
Yeah.
had.
As interpreters.
We had
Yeah.
a spy on the bus. Well, we had a kind of an interpreter on the bus, and of course he was basically a spy. And I'm sure
So was he from
he was
Izvestia?
probably KBG in training. Bart?
Was he Izvestia, your interpreter?
Well, whatever he was,
Uh-huh.
because we kept a daily log, and people wrote stories for it. A lot of them weren't complimentary to the Soviet Union, and they confiscated that log at the end of the trip.
I didn't know they confiscated
Yeah,
that.
they came on board, and they wouldn't let us out of the Soviet Union till we give it up.
I remember sitting there for a long time.
Well, that's what it was about.
Checkpoint.
Maybe they did, and maybe they allowed it, but I think they ended up taking
It's
it.
strange world we live in.
Oh, see, I wasn't part of it. I wasn't part of the log.
Well, I didn't write anything either. I mean, maybe.
I don't know who did it.
As somebody's, you know, I travel a lot. I used to work in Finland, and I would go to Estonia, and I was in telecommunications, so I knew a lot of that. I was an engineer, I knew a lot of that technology, and I'd look at their stuff, and it would be from like 1910, and I'm like, how could these people ever get a bomb over to the U.S.? But, you know, 'cause they had so many that they didn't have to be real accurate. But their technology was really
So I don't want to get us off track.
Yeah,
I
get
just
about
want to
one or
keep
two viewers
It's
at
an
a
interesting
time.
topic. They're interesting
At any
people.
rate.
If you get them along, they're very friendly. You know.
Oh, we had.
Yeah, love the drink. What drink on the table?
Yeah.
Yeah, he shows up there backwards, but to people who are watching, it shows forward.
We really enjoyed
Thank
playing
you.
with everybody and seeing everybody.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Okay, take it easy.
Thanks.
Prostate.
I had some good news recently in that I found out I have a very rare mutation in the lung cancer gene. That's typically white females in their 50s that were non-smokers, which is basically my description. It's called ROS1 and
Hey, don't forget your
ROS1.
key.
And I
Your
can
key
take,
sheet.
Jim, don't forget your throat alcohol.
Oh,
You
I
got
can
your,
take a pill twice a day now for it instead of having all the awful chemo.
Oh,
So that was a good, and I hope I
That's a big
tolerate
deal.
that.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah, it was, because it's been a rough month.
I looked out on my cancer that they gave me reduction treatment. instead of chemo.
I've
Well,
heard
it's a
that,
form
yeah.
of chemo, but
But it's a,
It's a
Is
mild.
that, it works through your immune system
Yeah.
instead of tearing you
That's the whole direction
That's where
now.
Right.
is
it's
the
kind of
immune.
going. I'm not sure how this one works. It's very targeted towards this gene, so
Yeah.
I don't know if it's immune or.
NIH just said they're going to put a lot more of their allocated dollars towards this. Unfortunately, you know, their budget has been severely cut.
Where'd you get specialized gene therapy? Specialized gene therapy?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
sent, I asked the doctor to send the tissue samples out again, because I read that often the mutations don't show up in one sample, but
Well,
they show up in another.
Yeah, I hear that's the next big thing in medicine
use
So
that.
it
is
could
they,
be
I'll enjoy it.
Pills?
Thank you very much.
Not yet,
Not yet.
but Anthem
Well,
approved
they
it,
thousands
thank
of
goodness.
copies.
Good.
They sell it
It's
for what,
$444 a day.
I hear that's the next big thing in medicine.
Wow.
They take your DNA and they learn all about the DNA.
Yes, that's
And
what
then they
they,
specialize your medicine.
yeah, they looked at all my DNA from the second sample. of
Yeah,
the-
that's the next big thing in medicine.
It is.
They specialize. Specialized gene
I'm
therapy.
glad I sent it out again,
Yeah.
you know?
He has
No,
it.
specialized gene therapy.
That's what it was.
They,
Because I'm spaceship.
Yeah, basically.
Don't forget, you can get these next door. This is my Christmas present, my next one.
we tuck
Over
together.
there?
I'm trying to think what
And I want to show it to my friends. I
follicular
had to get like
lymphoma.
15 of these. Some with guitars, some with
Scrambled.
She
Oh,
will custom
worked
make
very
these.
well.
They set that in.
It's been several years now, and see, he never really crashed his immune system.
Well, I think they use some kind of cameras, surgeries.
Is that like that?
Yeah, it's like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a special.
Yeah.
You're real lucky.
No kidding.
Tuck's an ass around that one.
Right, the doctors were even amazed.
But I've had quite a bit of medical problems. First, I had bladder cancer, and Dr. Zaki treated it with tuberculosis vaccine.
And it worked.
And
That
it worked
beefs
out.
up your immune
Right,
system.
right.
But Dr. Benish, he was doctoring on the Crohn, and he gave me a bunch of steroids that caused that tuberculosis vaccine to react on it. I had to take 18 months treatment for that.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
And
Oh
then,
my God.
then I got that lymphoma cancer,
Oh, wow.
and I had 5 tumors in my belly cavity, and 2 up here and 2 on my neck. All
You're a
the
tough
same
guy.
time.
That's what the doctor said.
Yeah.
Were you a smoker? Most of us were
Not
back then.
recently. I quit smoking in what, 81,
You smoked for 50 years and then you quit the first day of 86.
86.
So it's been 30.
So you had a history of smoking, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's the one thing in my life I regret.
But my cancer wasn't in my lungs, it's somewhere in my chest, a cavity in my chest,
Well,
and in my
Well, the
cavity
sickest
on
he
my
was,
belly.
too, the whole thing was with the tuberculosis.
anyway, enough of that.
I really didn't.
Good night, everybody.
Because we didn't know what
Good night.
it
Nice
was.
to see you.
And the doctors kept saying, oh, it's a flu.
Said it's a flu.
Yeah, because it was a flu, and it wasn't a flu, it was really bad.
I was having to change t-shirts twice a day
Yes, it was
because
terrible.
it'd be soaking wet and sweat.
Wow.
And that's the worst feeling I ever had in my life.
Sounds like a bacterial infection.
When was that?
And 2007 was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds like a
Now, your
bacterial
immune
infection.
system's been yo-yo,
Right, yeah,
beefed up, knocked down.
yeah.
That sounds like a bacterial
Sideways.
infection. That's what happened to me when I had that bacterial infection. They couldn't
I
figure
had
out what it
had
was.
one of the lymphomas take out right here. It was working in that lymph node, and it cut the lymph node out in half of the slot of them. And that got coming to no alley.
Right. They said it was a good thing it came out because a lot of, on your neck, because a lot of times you don't ever find it. So that was my neighbors, yeah.
I had prostate cancer, but they found it real early. Zaki did.
Yeah.
And put radioactive pellets in there, knocked it out. PSA's been fine ever since.
Well, now, my bladder cancer, I had it one time and he scraped it down. And the next time, it come back and it was lower down in the tube part of it.
Thanks, Anthony.
No, you're welcome.
They couldn't scrape it out, so they gave me treatment, tuberculosis vaccine. And that knocked it out, and I had it back. They started hemorrhaging that time, and so they put me in the emergency room, so they put me in the hospital, and then they sent me to Elton. That Dr. Zach sent me
Yeah,
there.
it was down below.
No, it was Elton for the second opinion.
Oh, no, it was way down below Winston. You had to drive down there. But anyway, we're still here. And I didn't think we would eat, but I'm really thinking
Oh, gosh.
And I'd already knocked out the six lives that the cat's supposed to have. 9 lives.
right, Nicky's used it all up.
Melvin seems to think music might have a lot to do with his being so long-lived.
Well,
I don't know.
it gives you the will to live.
Yeah.
There's more to medicine than just medicine.
He's been always a pretty cheerful sort. He gets mad once in a while, but he generally is pretty cheerful. That's
Well, that's
fortunate.
good. Rituxan has a lot of uses, not just in
Really?
rheumatology. It's used a lot in certain types of rheumatology problems.
Really? Huh.
There's some people walking around here, Olympia, with forms of what's called vasculitis. Rituxan treats.
Oh.
Just about living on the desk. Certain types of kidney disease. Because it knocks out, it attacks the B cells of the immune system. And so he had a B cell lymphoma. He had too many bad B cells that knocked the bad B cells out. That's when his tumor dissolved. But then B cells are also effective in the immune system and making the immune system when the autoimmune diseases where the immune system comes back and attacks your body, which is a very different problem than what he had. So this Rituxan is helpful in that too.
Oh, so I thought the lymphoma was kind of an autoimmune disease. It's not?
Well, it's not an autoimmune. It's a disease involving the immune system, but it's a cancer
Okay.
of immune cells. It's a cancer of immune cells, and they grow too much, and they're not really directed. They're not really directed at anything. They just end up growing out of control, and they end up taking over the whole body.
Well, I think when he had it, it was one of there hadn't been in use for the lymphoma very long at all, because the cancer doctor was just amazed
Yeah,
about
common and shit like that.
Yeah.
Y'all are supposed to play the shit in it.
It took 3 hours to inject that fluid in.
Did you get IV?
Yeah.
How many did you get?
I got 12 to start with, and
then you did one.
then I had
Yeah, every 3 months for 2 years after that.
Yeah.
So you had a bunch of them. Yeah.
But it's also been used in rheumatoid arthritis when nothing else was available, and worse than that too.
Melvin's daughter-in-law has that. She's having a terrible time. She lives in Wayne, she's going to somebody else.
Anyway, so that's a real interesting drug. Anyway, so what's the music like? Cheerful.
We are in A, and we're going to do something cheery right now. What was on that list? You had that A
Liza Jane, Sourwood Mountain.
Sorry about that.